What is up, guys? Today I've got a new video per request from one of the viewers. This is an actual topic that I got asked. How do you negotiate pay? It's something I'm in the middle of doing, or I've been doing quite a bit lately. So I've got some super solid tips. Before we get into those tips, I want to say I realize that a lot of the new subscribers on this channel are having to do with my Instagram tips video. So I have two really good 2018 updated Instagram tip videos coming. Literally, they're written. I just need to film them and upload them, and I want them to be a little bit higher quality than this video is gonna be. So that's why I'm not making them yet, but I will be making them in the next 2 weeks. So just keep your eye out on those. Anyway, today we're talking about negotiating pay if you're trying to get hired, or if you're interested in switching jobs and you're interviewing, or if you're one of those folks who like always tries to interview. That's not a bad idea, like career-wise, to just always be interviewing. Maybe we can tweak some of the ways that you discuss pay or don't discuss pay that will actually help you in the long run. So let's get to the tips. First tip is, I think there's like a little bit of intuitiveness to it, but I feel like being told this directly will help you. Never bring up salary. As the person getting hired, as the potential employee, as the potential whatever, partner, freelancer, whatever, you don't bring up money. The employer has to bring it up. So wait until they bring it up. There's a couple of reasons why you don't want to bring it up yourself. It looks selfish if you do it. Like, it looks like that's your priority. I mean, if you're bringing it up, that must be a priority for you. Like, why are you not focused on help? Like, they want to know what value you're bringing to help the employer, and you're asking about how they can help you, the employee. So it's not in good taste. It has to come up in the hiring process. It's literally not. It will come up. The employer will have to at some point, even if it goes really far down the road, like, there's gonna have to be paperwork signed. Like, they have to bring it up eventually. So it's better to hold the leverage and wait for them to bring it up. And when they do, they're asking you to help them with the salary, or with the pay, or with the hourly wage or whatever. It's smarter for you. It definitely reflects better on what your interests are in helping the employer. Probably will help you get hired a little bit easier, and make them question you a little bit less. And also, it might result in a little bit of a stronger hand when you are negotiating the actual number, which we will talk about on tip number 3. Tip number 2 is understand the employer's stance on hiring in terms of what their budget is and what their hiring process is. This will help you with negotiating the actual rate. So a couple of questions. What I mean by like understand their process. Some questions you want to answer are like, are they using headhunters? Because if they're using recruiters, then they have to pay those recruiters a percentage of, usually I think it's a percentage of the first year base salary. So that can be like a pretty large chunk. If they are hiring you through a referral or you applied online, then they save that money. That could be like $10,000 they're saving just because they didn't hear about you through a headhunter. So understand that, see how that can really play into your negotiation. Well, there's 10K on the table, or whatever, however much that, we'll just say it's 10K that they're saving. So maybe your ask can be a little bit higher. Maybe you can ask for 5K salary more than what you would have asked for before knowing that. So you got to know what their process is, what their budget is. Try to get an idea for what other people in the area are getting hired at and that for whatever role you're applying for, so that you can ask them to be competitive in the market. So you can even just say, I'm looking for a salary that's competitive in the market here. And that should give you an idea. Or if you're looking for a higher pay, if you really are like top dog in whatever industry you're doing, you can say that. I'm looking for above the competitive rate in this market for this job. Here's the reason why, because I'm going to do this, and this for you guys, and you're gonna have a hard time finding that elsewhere. That's tip number 2. Tip number 3, I think, is going to help you guys the most. When they do ask you how much you're looking to make, they're asking you to help them. So do that. Give them a specific number. Don't give them a range, because literally all they're gonna hear is the bottom number in the range. So you actually are still giving a single number even though you feel like you're giving a range. So we'll just say $80,000 to $90,000. That's $80,000. So just say $80,000. Give them an exact amount, one number, 80,000, 90,000, 100,000, whatever, and say it in a way that, instead of giving a range, say it in a way that clues them in, that indicates some flexibility. Say, I was looking at $80,000, or I was thinking of, or I was meaning to get, or hoping to get around $80,000. Any way, you know, put your own spin, your own flavor on that, but anything that indicates that this is the number you have in mind, but it's not the end all be all. And I have a bonus tip around that actually too. There's like a perfect catchphrase for this when you're not feeling strong about how you communicated the exact number that they wanted from you. And this is like my closer. I say this, literally, I think I say this on every interview when it gets to the point where they've asked me about money and salary. I tell them, this is my number. This is what I was looking for, something in this range. But I don't want money to be the reason we don't work together. And that's my closer. It works every time. Like, I feel like when people hear that, it really alleviates and it's like an exhale from the negotiation process for everyone involved. But it also goes back to the point number one, showing what your priorities are. Are your priorities to get a as high salary as you possibly can right from jump? Or your priorities to make sure that you're doing good work together and you're providing value to them? Well, if you say, I don't want money to be the reason we don't work together, that means that your priorities are elsewhere. They're in providing value or receiving value or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, it just plays very, very well. So literally steal that catchphrase from me if you want. No need to adjust it. It's already perfect. Anyway, guys, that was 3 tips to help you guys with your negotiation for job salaries. Just be on the lookout for more Instagram tips coming up. And yeah, comment down below and know if you have your own tips for negotiating pay. I know it's kind of an awkward thing to do, but it's business. Just make sure that you're being yourself at the end of the day, and that you're taking jobs that are a good match for you ultimately. Leave a comment and let me know what kind of job you're looking for. I'm interested to hear what you guys have been applying for if you're watching this, and how's it going. And that's all I got for you guys today. More videos coming soon. Peace. Bye.